Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, Mo Hunt Silver, and for this video we are going to have a $2,000 quarter hunt. I was able to obtain 4 boxes of bankrolled quarters, and because they're Loomis boxes, this style box, they had to all be opened to make sure we have circulated quarters, and we sure do. All 4 boxes look to be just like this pretty much. A nice mix of all different designs and styles. So I'm excited to get into these boxes to see what kind of errors, varieties, maybe some West Points. I need one more West Point quarter to make it up to 50. So that'd be really cool if we could find another West Point in here. And we'll see, of course, what kind of silver we can get out of these boxes as well. Because any silver is good silver. So I think we'll get into these boxes and see what we can find. But right before I do that, I'd like to remind everybody to hit that thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're new. Alright, so let's get into these boxes. I bring you guys in on roll number 23. We found our first significant find in this box, and it is going to make an awesome addition. Because I don't know if you guys can see it, but right there, third coin from the end, we just found West Point number 50 for my collection here. And I did not pull this out to see if it's a 2019 or 2020 or what the reverse design is. So let's do that right now together. So what are we going to have? And it's going to be a 2020 because I see the V75. And it's definitely seen some better days. This thing's been circulated quite a bit. But let's see what the reverse design is. And it's going to be a tall grass. Not bad. I'll still take it. Alright, that's awesome. We got West Point number 50. That is sweet. Alright. And then a few rolls earlier, got some minor die chips. Got a die chip in the mouth right there. You can see in George's mouth. And that's going to be on a Maya Angelou. And then, what's this one here? This is a slight little strike through, I believe, right here in Washington's hair. Could also be damage. I'm not 100%. Let me throw it under the scope. And you can see there's definitely feeder finger scrapes or something there. So that could be a strike through. It's not very large, though. It's pretty small. Might hold on to it. And then the last little die chip, I believe, is going to be on the top of the plane wing up here on this Bessie Coleman. It's going to be the start of what would have been a fairly large chip you can see right there. That's about it so far in this box. If there is anything else, though, in this roll, I'll be back to share it with you, and then we'll keep on moving. We're up to roll number 29. We have 21 rolls to go, and I'm just a few coins into it. I have them all laid out here, and we are going to have a San Francisco minted. That's going to be a proof. You can see there's a little bit of shininess there left on it. This thing is heavily circulated, and we have a South Carolina clad proof quarter. Alright, I'll put the mintage below of how few of these were minted, but that's pretty cool. Now we got a proof for the box. W and a proof. Now we just need silver. Where is it at? Come on, silver. I'll bring you guys back in on roll number 35. I have the rest of it laid out on the desk here, but I have a Maya Angelou under my microscope, and we're going to have a nesting bird. This is the first one of these that I found in a bankroll. I have found 3 in the Philadelphia roll that I bought from the US Mint. But there you can see it pretty good as well. But yeah, this is the first one I found in a bankroll, and it's in excellent condition, really, too. Awesome. That's a nice find right there. Alright, we'll keep on moving. Box number 1 has been hunted, and we have not found anything else since roll number 20 or 36. Since roll number 36. So this is what we ended up with for box number 1. We got a few die chips up here in the top row. And then the second row here, I have 2 Harper's Ferries, and they're both going to be a DDR. And you can see the doubling in the windows right here on this particular one. Plus, I think I saw... yeah, it's got a pretty nice die chip right up here. And there's another die chip right down here on this one. So I have to look up what this one is because I'm not sure which of the many it could be. And then on this other one I found, we have doubling inside the windows as well. But this time it's on this window here. And it looks like very little inside that window. And we have some more down here on this window. But like I said, I have to look these up. I'll put them below what they are once I figure out what they are. And then we had a Homestead. That's going to be from Philadelphia. Right there. And this one just has a little bit of snow on top of the window. You can see it right up here. Small die chip on that one. And then the first that I have found in a bank box, and this is going to be the Maya Angelou Nesting Bird. Right there, you can see it. That little die gouge, it looks like the bird's carrying a twig. And then we had a South Carolina Proof. That's going to be clad. Pretty well circulated. And I think the best find for this box is going to be this W quarter right here. Even though it's pretty circulated as well. And I think it's going to hold the highest value out of anything that I found here. But that's pretty cool. It's W number 50 for me. But let me clear this all out of the way, and we'll get box number 2 going and see what we can find in that one. So I'll be right back. Let's get into box number 2 and see what we can find. Hopefully we have another W or 2 in here, maybe some silver, or a sweet error or variety. But alright, let's get into it. Finally, in box number 2, roll number 20, we're going to have a find significant of filming. And that's going to be this Bombay hook right here. I thought it was honestly a Denver at first, and I flipped it over to see what the obverse was. And we have a San Francisco Business Strike NIFC Bombay hook. I pulled out my red book to see what the mintage was, and if you guys look right here, it would be this one right here, the first one. Bombay hook, only 1 million, just over. That makes this twice as rare as a W quarter, just not worth near as much, unfortunately. Still pretty nice though, and a new addition to my collection because I don't have one of those yet. But we'll see what else is in here. Hopefully something. Please give us a W or a silver or something. About halfway through roll number 23 of box 2, and I have a Maya Angelou under the microscope. And we're going to have a DDR, and on Variety Vista that's going to be VDDR number 2. And that's exactly what I have right here. You can see it right there inside the earring. Just like this one. Right there. Alright, pretty cool. And it's in pretty good shape, except for this little corrosion spot right there, unfortunately. But it's not bad. I'll still take it. Alright, it's been a couple rolls, or a few rolls actually, since our last find. And we're up to roll number 35 right now. And I'm just working on the last half of it. And we found 2 things, 2 oddities actually. I've never really taken notice of these before, but since I've been watching Dirty Water's channel, he's found a few of these. And I'll put it under the scope here real quick for you so you can see on this Bessie Coleman. But it looks like we're going to have the Phantom Fingers. I never really took notice of those until I started watching his channel. And he finds quite a few of these in his area. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to hold on to that. And then the second oddity is on a Colorado quarter, and we have a die chip in between a design and the rim, which I believe would eventually become a rim cud. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to hold on to that too. It's not in the best condition, but still not very, it's not heavily circulated either. So definitely going to hold on to it. Pretty neat. And then a few rolls earlier, came across a Washington crossing the Delaware, and you can see he's got a small die chip on the rear portion of his hat. And there you can see it pretty good. So just a small chip on his hat, nothing major. But that's about it so far. We'll keep moving and see what else we can find in here. Hopefully a W and some silver. Box number 2 is now hunted, and all we were able to get in this one was a few die chips on these Bessie Colemans and the Washington crossing the Delaware, and then the start of what would become a rim cud on that Colorado. And then the finds for this box will actually be the Maya Angelou VDDR number 2 and this Business Strike San Francisco minted Bombay hook with only about 1 million minted. Alright, so we'll move on to box number 3, and hopefully that box will give us a W or some silver. I just unwrapped roll number 13 out of box number 3, and we have an odd looking silver edge right here. I don't know if that's going to be silver or if that's something like else. But let's lay this down and see what we got here. That's definitely going to be something else, that's for sure. 1973, 100. Oh, wow. I am not sure what that is, if that's Korean, Chinese, or Japanese, honestly. So I'm going to have to do some research and figure out what this is. But that's going to be far number 1 for this box. Alright, let me do some research and figure out what that is. I'll be right back. Okay, so after doing some research on Coinoscope, this is going to be a 100 won 1973 from South Korea. That's pretty cool. I don't believe I have any of those. But we'll keep looking through this roll to see if there's anything else. I bring you guys back in on roll number 39 of box 3. This has been a pretty slow box so far, but I have a Maya Angelou under the scope, and we have a nesting bird. You can see that right there. Die gouge that makes it look like the bird's carrying a twig. And it looks like one of these recently sold on eBay January 12th for $19.95. So it's not a bad deal, and I'm glad I have it. This one's in pretty good shape as well. And there you can see it even without the microscope. If my camera's going to focus, there it is. But yeah, overall it's not a bad condition quarter. Definitely going to hold on to it. And then a few other rolls earlier here. The only other things I really came across were these Bessie Colemans with a small die chip above the plane. And they're both pretty much the same, the ones that I found. This one I think is actually a little bit bigger because it touches the bottom of the U right there. And then the second one is this one here, which you can see is a little bit smaller. It doesn't quite come up to the U. And there's also a chip on the bottom plane wing as well on this one. But that's really it in this box so far. We still have 11 rolls to go, so hopefully this box will produce something. Alright, well, it seems like all of our finds are going to be Maya Angelou's, because I bring you in now on roll number 42, and I have a Maya Angelou here, and when I flipped it over, look at that strike through. Right here. That thing is huge. And deep. Wow. But I'm going to put that under the scope so you guys can see it better up close. And right there it is. That's definitely from Greece, for sure. And that thing is deep. Wish it was a little bit bigger. But I will still hold on to that one. That is pretty cool. And then in roll number 41, I came across another Maya Angelou here, and this is going to be one of the VDDR number ones, which you can see right there in her earring. You got the second image of the earring right here, and plus, I don't know what this thing is, but that's always on them there too. So that's pretty cool. But it'd be nice to find some silver or a W in this box. We only have 8 rolls to go after these few coins right here. So let's see what we can get. Hopefully something good. Bring you guys back in for the very next roll. This is going to be roll number 43 that I'm working on here right now. And I came up to a Anime Wong with some oddity to it. And I don't know if you guys can see, but right in the very center here, and a little bit coming up through where it says Anime Wong, it has some oddity. And then I flipped it, and I have some oddity right here as well. And I'll put it under the scope to show yous. And I believe I found an Anime Wong that with a Clash die, honestly. It's kind of hard to make out, but this center part here is pretty strong. The rest of it really isn't. But then if you flip the coin over, the part that you're seeing in the Clash is going to be this right here. And the earlobe in that area. And it looks like there actually is some here as well. On this side, this line running down here. And then I know I have also some right here that runs down this way. But that's all I really see on this. There might be some in there, but not very much. So I looked on eBay, and nothing has sold on eBay or is even listed with this kind of thing going on here. But I'm definitely going to hold on to that, and it's odd for sure. Let's try to give you guys a look at it without the scope. There you can see it the best. And then this side, you definitely see that line there. Yeah, pretty cool. All right, we'll keep moving. Well, that's going to do it for box number 3. We didn't find any W's or any silver, just a bunch of mint errors here on these women's quarters and a foreign. So we'll move on to box number 4. Hopefully we can have better luck in that one. Last box for the hunt, box number 4. Doesn't have any enders, but we'll just have to see what's on the inside. And I did notice, this is going to be in roll number 16. We do have what looks like some kind of foil in the roll with the quarters. So we'll just have to see what that is once we get into it. But, alright, let's get into them. I just unwrapped roll number 12 for box number 4. And I think we're going to have a silver right here. And that definitely looks like it's old. So let's try and get this out of here without too much difficulty. Oh yeah, that's worn for sure. And what do we have? 1952. That's definitely silver. And that's going to be a Philly. All right, sweet. We got silver for the hunt finally. That makes me happy. All right, we'll see if there's anything else in here. And if not, we'll keep moving. All right, guys, just got into roll number 16. This is the one that had the piece of foil or something sticking out of it. And that's exactly what it was. Honestly, looks like a piece of, almost like a piece of space blanket or something, because it's not foil. But that's pretty odd. And then we'll get into this roll then and see what else is in here. But if I find anything, I'll be back to share it with you. Roll number 24 I just flattened out here, and I was going through it, and we have another W quarter right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Right there. So let's see what it is. Oh, it's going to be a 2020 because it's got the V75 privy. And this is actually in pretty darn good shape too. It's not bad. All right, let's flip it over. Oh, sweet. It's the Marsh Billings, which I believe is the most valuable of the 2020 designs. But that's pretty cool. They only minted 2 million of each of the 10 designs. So there's only 2 million of these out there. Nice. That would be W number 51 that I have found so far. All right. Well, that's going to do it for box number 4 of this hunt. And it only gave us 2 finds, really, and a piece of foil out of roll number 16. So our finds for this box are going to be a silver 1952 Washington quarter out of Philadelphia, and then West Point number 51 for me, and this is going to be a 2020 with the V75 privy mark right there, and that's going to be a Marsh Billings Rockefeller. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad to have those 2 finds out of this box. We didn't find any errors or varieties of any kind, anything like that, or any proofs, but I'll definitely take what we did find. And I'll get everything together and be right back with a final wrap-up for this hunt. And here's going to be all our finds for this $2,000 or 4-box hunt. Nothing was a major significant find, but we did have a bunch of varieties, and we found some W's and a silver. And anytime we can find some silver, it's always a good hunt. So I'll just get right into what we got here. And we got a bunch of Bessie Coleman die chips. And this is going to be with the die chip over the wing of the plane right there. And I believe we found 5 of those. And then we also found a few of the Washington crossing the Delaware die chips. Oh, okay. So it looks like we might have found 7 of the Bessie Colemans. I'll get them back over there where they should be. There we go. And then we were able to find 1 of the, what is this? This is going to be the Salt River Bay. And this is the unlisted DDO, which you can see extra thickness in the G and the O. And that's about it on this one. And then we also found the Colorado State Quarter with the die chip on the right side, right in between the design and the rim right there. The Bessie Coleman Phantom Fingers. I believe that's only the second one of those that I found so far. We did come across 1 proof in this hunt, and that is going to be a State Quarter, South Carolina clad proof. So that's cool. And then only 1 foreign out of all 4 boxes, and it happens to be a South Korean coin right here. So that's kind of bizarre, but I'll take it. Only finding 1 foreign. And we did get 1 NIFC Business Strike San Francisco Minute Bombay Hook from 2015. We got an obverse strike through on a Maya Angelou, which you can see it right there if my camera is going to focus. There it is. But right there you can see that pretty good. I'm not sure exactly what that was. And we did get a VDDR number 1 for Maya Angelou, and also a VDDR number 2 for the Maya Angelou. A lot of Maya Angelou varieties in this hunt, because we also pulled 2 nesting birds out of 2 different boxes in this hunt. And that one you can see pretty good right there. A little twig in the bird's beak. And then we also were able to get a Anime Wong with a die clash, which I have never found before. And it's going to be right in the center here. You can see it the best. So that's awesome. And then the finds for this hunt are going to be W quarter number 50 for me. A Tallgrass Prairie 2020 V75. And then W quarter number 51. Another 2020. And this one's going to be the Marsh Billings with the V75. And then 1 lonely silver quarter out of 4 boxes. And we can add this to our 2024 silver jar. And so far we only have a quarter and a nickel in there. So It's accumulating slowly so far in the year, but hopefully the middle and the end of the year it'll start to really pick up. And that's going to do it for this $2,000 hunt. So if you guys enjoyed it, please give the video a thumbs up. And if you've made it this far, you might as well just subscribe, especially because it shows you're still interested in the video. And hit that little button to subscribe. I appreciate every one I get. It helps the channel grow. And we'll see us on the next one. So thanks for watching, guys.